How can you expect to change the world outside of you if you can't sit with your current world and start to change your current world by tuning in? So stop being out here and go within, so that everything comes from within. You are manifesting, you're creating from within. You are choosing to vibrate higher. You don't have time because you're not creating it. Okay? That's like my next quote. You don't have time because you're not creating it. So if you truly were to choose to create, you can find a minute or 2 minutes, because guess what? There's always going to be stuff to do. I used to be like that. I used to be, especially when I was in the early stages of my real estate career, I was always thinking, okay, tomorrow I have to do this. I have to call this bank, and I have to call this bank, and I have to call this client, and I have to do this, and I have to do this. And before, I'd make a to-do list each night before going to sleep. And I was really productive, but I was not happy. I was, making good money, but I was not happy because I was constantly living what I have to do tomorrow, what I have to do, I have to do this, and I have to do this. And then this month passes, and then that month passes, and this month passes, and I'm not in the present. I'm constantly worried about, I remember the first time when I made a breakfast with avocado toast. I don't know why avocado toast always has to be that like fancy thing, but it's really not. It's so quick. And I remember I sat and ate my breakfast, and I remember thinking, wow, now I'm finally taking time for myself. And that was when I was still in that mode of not fully being present. But you have to realize like how much our lives are in a pattern of hurry up and do this, hurry up and do this, hurry up and do that. And I get it. There are many things you need to hurry up and do, but are you staying present with it? Or are you thinking about the next thing and the next thing and the next thing? So if someone tells me I don't have the time to meditate, I don't believe it. So I challenge you, this is your homework. Tomorrow morning, or even tonight, before you go to sleep, this is really important. The thoughts that are in your awareness before you go to sleep are so important. Most people go, I like to journal in the morning. Fine. I suggest at least writing down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for before you go to sleep. Because if you fall asleep thinking and feeling what you're grateful for, you're literally rewiring yourself to be grateful. Even if it's, I'm grateful for this glass of water. I'm grateful for my pillow. I'm grateful for the fact that I was able to take a shower. I'm grateful for the fact that there's electricity. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for having a bed. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be, and then you also include things that have yet to materialize. I'm grateful for booking that job. I am grateful. I know what it feels like to be grateful, because then you are literally, because that person that I had you visualize, that person doesn't have the patterns that you do. That person that you see living the life that you want isn't feeling sorry for themselves. That person isn't repeating things based on the past. So to raise yourself up to that level of vibration, you have to change the patterns. You have to change what's not serving you. So it's not always about, yes, it is about what you want to manifest and bring into your life, but it's also, what do you need to get rid of that is not serving you? Think about that. And when I say think about it, I don't mean actually sit there and ask your mind. No, thinking is, you don't want to think about it. When people tell me, I'll think about it. No, feel it out, feel it. What does that mean? Sit with yourself, meditate on it. What does that mean? You sit with yourself and you don't think anything. You just ask yourself, how would this make me feel? And then just sit with it. How would that make me feel? How would it make me feel if I won, the lottery tomorrow? How would it make me feel if I, traveled to Egypt, where I really want to go to, or whatever, Bermuda, wherever you want to go, Paris, I don't know, just whatever it is that you desire to do. So how would that make me feel? And of course, when we talk about feelings, that's tied to our thoughts, right? So how do you tune into the inner wisdom of your feelings? So the inner wisdom, so let me take that back. So how do we tie and tap into our inner wisdom and see and feel that in our bodies? Because when I talk about feeling, it's not so much like, okay, so-and-so hurt me. They did this and they did this and they did this. This makes me feel sad. That's awareness. You become aware of that you feel sad. But then you ask yourself what the lesson is. And we talk about all this in other sessions in my portal. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, because you can go through, I believe there are sessions like balancing your logical and emotional minds. It talks about that, so you can balance your emotions and learn from your emotions. Because really, a feeling is a reaction. It's an emotional. It's almost like this tangible. You feel it, right, in response to a thought pattern. But the thought comes from a belief program, right? And then you act based on how you feel. So when I ask you feel it instead of think it, I don't mean feel how the thought is making you feel. I'm asking you to let go of thinking, sit with yourself, and either visualize or feel, because some of you can't visualize as easily. So visualize or feel going on this trip or getting that job, and sit with it. Is that something that's going to make you happy? Do you feel good? Does your body resonate? Or do you all of a sudden start to feel something constricting? And if you feel something constricting, like in your solar plexus, tune into that. Is that fear of success, or is that my intuition telling me not to do it? So you have to continue. It doesn't happen instantly for everyone. It's a muscle you have to train. So you have to sit with yourself and meditate. So whether it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, some people meditate for 20 minutes. You sit with yourself and focus on your breath, because that is a moment to moment awareness. You have to build this muscle if you want to. You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to listen to me. But if you want to do this, then you have to start implementing this practice. Because most of you tell me, oh my God, I'm trying to do this, it's not working. Oh my God, I'm trying to do this, it's not working. There's no magical solution. Yes, I've had people heal in as little as 1 session and get rid of really painful physical symptoms, or manifest a soulmate just from 1 or 2 sessions they've done with me, whatever, or get a new job or get a raise. All kinds of miracles have happened. I've manifested things very, very quickly. It's very easy to manifest. But are you actually ready to receive that which you manifest? Because if you're just looking for quick things, then there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to tune into that eternal energy. So at any moment, no matter what happens, you can be okay. You're not going to go into a panic. You're not going to go into a reactionary fear mode. Like, I worked too late the other day. I had caffeine I shouldn't have had, but I did. And then I wasn't tired. And so I kept working and I stayed up very late. And I knew that the next day I'm not going to have the schedule that I wanted to have. And so in the past, I would be super disappointed with myself, and I would judge myself, and I would regret things, and then I would resent myself. And then guess what? I wasn't that productive. So instead, what I do, since I've healed, what I do is, okay, I talk to myself and my inner child and say, okay, that's what happened. That's what you did. That's what needed to happen. And that's okay. And you know what? Tomorrow, you don't have to repeat the same pattern. Tomorrow, you can do and be as productive as you need to be. And then you're just going to choose to go to bed earlier. And if for some reason something happens and it doesn't happen again, doesn't mean you resent yourself again. You just have to choose when you're going to break this pattern so that you can start to rewire yourself. And so when you get up and right away rush to your phone to check your messages, hopefully your phone's not right next to your bed. If you're not an ER surgeon, if you don't have kids that, are having emergencies that are going to call you, or an elderly parent that could fall at any moment and needs to call you. If you don't have any emergencies, there should be absolutely no reason why your phone is next to your bed. There should be no reason why your phone's not turned off and why you're rushing first thing in the morning to check your phone. First thing in the morning, how you wake up and how you feel and become aware. Because how you start your morning is how you're going to roll through your day. So if you're going to rush and check your phone, not even rush, just walk over and check your phone, you're repeating the same pattern that you're going to do every single day. And you right away go into reactionary mode. Oh, emails, oh, text, react. Instead of choosing to create and saying, you know what? I don't have to look at my phone right now. I don't have to turn it on. I'll let it stay off, turned off. I'll just sit minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever time I have or don't have, but I'm going to create it. And I'm just going to sit with myself. This is what I do in the morning. I get up, I sit right here on the couch, and I have my lemon water. It's the first thing I do. Make a lemon water, fresh organic lemon, squeeze into a cup of water. I boil spring water, and then I add some room temperature so that it's drinkable right away. I don't have to wait for it. And I meditate. Sometimes I open my eyes and look at my plants, my paintings, or I close my eyes and meditate. And all these visuals that come to me or feelings that come to me all come from sitting with myself and tuning in. How can you expect to change the world outside of you if you can't sit with your current world and start to change your current world by tuning in? So stop being out here and go within so that everything comes from within. You are manifesting, you're creating from within. You are choosing to vibrate higher, because when your energy is low, which is what it was before we started the session, you're not going to be able to feel good. And if you do feel good because you did something and you laughed and it was funny or whatever happened, or you met a friend, or you got good news about something, but then that feeling passed and you're back to feeling the way you're feeling. So constant awareness, it's not going to be overnight. So that's why I have these sessions. That's why I have the Open Heart Healing Portal. It's an online healing portal you can log into anytime. You're a member, log into anytime. You just listen to it. Even when you're out for a walk, you just listen to it. You don't have to sit there and watch it. It's available for you. So it takes time. You have to be patient with yourself, and you have to always choose love no matter what is happening. People are capable of so much more than they give themselves credit for. So you are capable of creating.